Hey, what's up? Walt's How To's and Reviews. I'm going to show you how to put together the NordicTrack T 6.5S. I would plan for 2.5 hours. It could be done in as little as 30 minutes, but I would plan for 2.5 hours just to make sure you have plenty of time to get it done. Now, the first thing you need to decide is if you're going to move the box to where you're going to assemble it, or if you're going to take everything out of the box and then move the individual pieces to where you're going to assemble it. Now, if you have people there working with you to help, you could maybe move the box if it's going to be on the same floor. Mine was going in the basement with some tricky stairs to get through, so it made more sense for me to take everything out of the box in the garage. Mine was delivered on the front porch through Amazon, and then move everything individually to the basement. Now, I got everything out and removed as much packaging as I could while I was here, which I found to be useful for a couple reasons. One, I was going to be working in a very small bedroom, and having all this extra trash and stuff would have been difficult to work in that small of an area. Furthermore, we did see some damage. You'll see here in a minute, it's on the bottom left foot. It's just some plastic cosmetic trim. Treadmill still works perfectly fine. With that broken, you don't even need it, so we didn't choose to do anything about it. We did contact NordicTrack, and they offered to have us send it back for a refund or a replacement, but I didn't want to package all this up and send it back. If you do happen to get a damaged unit delivered and you would want to send it back, I think the earlier you discover that, the better, so that might be one of the things that'll weigh into your decision making if move the box to the area you're going to assemble or take everything out of the box and move the individual pieces. Alright, now let's get to actually how you're going to put this thing together. This thing is find the right leg. It's going to have a twist tie in it. That's how you'll know. You're going to take that twist tie and tie around those electrical wires coming out of the top right base of the treadmill, then put it in that square hole you saw me put it in with the leg. On the other end, you can grab the twist tie and then pull it through so that those electrical wires come all the way through that leg. Now you're ready to secure those wires at the base of that leg. There is a little screw in there that's going to be for the ground wire, so you'll remove that. You can see this plastic piece here just snaps into place. Take this screw, which was a different one than the one previously there, thread it through the ground wire coupling, and put it right back where that other screw was. Now we're going to attach the leg to the base. There's 4 screws, the 2 on top are the same. You're going to use a washer and then these screws you see right here, and you're going to feed those into those top holes right there. Thread it a little bit with your hand and this will help stabilize the leg. Now take one of the screws you see outlined here and put a washer on it, and then you're going to thread it through this little part right here at the very front. Again, I just hand tightened it. Then I took this last screw right here, as you can see, put another washer on, and you put it down underneath here. After you get all the screws in, use a 3/8 wrench to tighten them down, and if you're hungry, go ahead and take a quick break and eat some lunch. Now you're going to do the exact same thing over to the other side. Then you're going to slide on these black plastic trim pieces, and it's important to do that now because if you don't do it now, you won't be able to do it later. Now we're going to take the arms that hold the screen and we're going to put those on top of the legs and screw those in. You're going to use the washers and bolts I show here, and these tighten down with the provided Allen wrench. You can see in this picture you got to remove the back plate to the bottom of the screen by taking out 2 screws. Now you're going to use these screws to attach it to the top of the arms, as you can see me doing here. There may already be screws in those holes. You can go ahead and remove those and discard those, but if it's like mine, there was nothing there. Now you're ready to put on the screen. So I leaned it on the 2 arms, as you can see me doing here, and I attached that ground wire first. Now you can take those original wires you threaded through the leg, take the twist tie off and connect that. When you lean the screen back, you're trying to align these 2 holes and make sure that wire doesn't get crimped in between them. Now you're going to take these screws and you're going to thread them into both sides into those 2 holes and then tighten them all up. Now take these 6 screws and secure the bottom of the screen, that little bar we took off earlier, as you can see me doing here. These last few steps can be a bit tricky. If you have someone to help you, it really will help out a lot. You can see this bar right here, you want it facing this way so that the written words are faced toward the treadmill, and you're going to tighten up both sides with these screws here. Then you're going to go ahead and release the treadmill, put it back down, get everything you need, which is a wrench and then that bar you can see down at the right hand side in the floor. You're going to remove the bolts that are already in there and have them ready so that you can take that hydraulic bar that you see next to me and connect it to the bottom of the treadmill. So it slides in here, and it's kind of tricky if you're by yourself. You can see I have to hold it up with one hand, slide it through, use my foot there, and I got it done. But like I said, if you could have someone help you, it'll be helpful, but obviously you can do it yourself if you need to, as you saw me do it here. And then you're just going to tighten up those bolts. Those bolts are already in there, so you don't have to go looking for them. And that's how you assemble the main components. There's a couple little trim pieces that you'll want to snap into place now, and obviously you gotta use the extension cord to plug it in. There's a little reset button here. Make sure you've got it turned on when you go to turn it on, and then they're gonna want you to download some software. It's like this app right here, and then you're up and running and ready to go. You don't have to use that software. I personally don't, but in order to turn it on, I believe you do need to download it for the first time. And you can see here in this instructions, there's ways to adjust the belt. Sometimes it'll move to the right or left, but pretty easy to do. And then there's also the orange pads here. They basically have two settings, firm or not as firm. And that's it. Hope that helps you assemble it. I will definitely be making a review video. I've had this for a little over 4 months now, and been using it a lot. Definitely has made me lose some weight and whatnot, but that's for another video. If I've made that, it'll be in the description. If not, I haven't made it yet. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.